her seal in order to expand her shipments into Morrowind.
But of course, tell her she'll have it. Maven is one of the few people I can trust, and I'd be delighted to give her my blessing.
Yes, my lady. I will pass the good news on to her.
What's on your mind?
Anuriel, a word, please.
Aye,
Yes,
let's have a
my
look.
lady.
It's been brought to my attention that the poison, known as skooma, may be present in our city. What do you know of this?
I believe it to be a falsehood perpetrated by the Empire in order to weaken the citizens' confidence in your ability to rule.
Excellent. Then there's no need to devote any resources to stopping it. Thank you, Anuriel. That will be all.
Welcome to Mistvale Keep. I'm Jarl Layla's steward, Anuriel.
What in the name of oblivion do you want? Of course, nothing gets done without my approval in this city. I have the Jarl's ear and the guards in my pocket. Anyone makes trouble for me and I pay a visit to the Thieves' Guild. Make me angry and I contact the Dark Brotherhood. You do well to remember that the next time you make such a stupid observation.
Nice weather for a journey, eh?
I believe we're done.
Just you and me against the world now. Not that I'm complaining.
What in the name of oblivion do you want?
Oh, you just looked familiar from behind. But now that I see you have a personality like Boethia, and a voice to match.
And you think that I care? Interesting.
Maybe it is?
Out of my way. I don't have time for common filth.
Wow, she reminds me of my mother on a bad morning. But relax. I have a feeling she might be fond of me as well. Just like my mother, she may have been cold on the outside,
This
but
certainly
inside,
has turned out
maybe
to be
she
a
might
rather
have some
miserable afternoon. I'm all ears. Well, not literally, of course. What would you like to talk about? I have an itch in a really inappropriate place. I would scratch it, but I'm sure you don't want to see me itching my... never mind. Okay, then.
What's brewing? Aside from trouble, I mean. If someone offers you a potion of eternal youth, remember, it's probably just water or pee. Ah, Riften. The city of love and prosperity. Or was it corruption and thievery? I can never remember. Very well.
I love your style. You're looking good today.
Hello there. What would you like to know? I prefer to fight with one-handed weapons for the most part. I have no love for heavy armor, and thus stick to light armor. I'd consider myself a relatively proficient spellcaster. I know a handful of spells for each of the main schools of magic. I also have experience with stealth missions, so you shouldn't have to worry on that front either.
Of course. I come from a relatively normal family in Thorn, back in Blackmarsh. They aren't especially well off, but they hold admirable positions back home. I have a mother, a father, as well as a younger sister. My father's name is Sutsokai. He serves in the priesthood under my tribe's treeminder. His role is as a root herald. A tribe's root herald serves the role of a diplomat, ambassador, scout, and spy of sorts. Their work involves gathering information and fostering relations. This could be things like trade agreements, but also hosting and befriending foreigners or other tribes. They gather any sort of information that may be useful to the tribe. A root herald must be charismatic, calculating. They must always keep in mind the tribe's interest. Their position has a lot of work and responsibilities attached to it. There are many roles to fill, and one must tread lightly. He is very devout and loyal to our tribe and history. My father was the one who spoke with Vela Oren, and together with her, arranged for me to become a hireling of House Telvanni. Her name is Shana Jay. She is one of the egg tenders of my tribe. An egg tender's job is extensive. My mother keeps track of whose eggs belong to whom, which ones are healthy, which ones are sick, what birth sign a hatchling is born under, and the like. She sings nursery rhymes to them, and protects them from parasites and harm. Their work involves meticulous record-keeping, as well as extensive care and nurture. There are, of course, dangers associated with being an egg tender. The eggs are very vulnerable, even in hatching pools beneath the history. Predators often attempt to take the eggs, which means my mother will have to fight to protect them. It's a good thing, then, that she is such an excellent fighter. She's taught me much of what I know. Her name is Dika Wo. She hatched shortly before I left to join House Telvanni in Lothanis. She is quite reserved. She doesn't speak much. Rather, she prefers to communicate through the hist bond we share. She's excellent at it. Most Argonians communicating with their tribe or history through the mind are usually only able to express their emotions. My sister is able to express herself in a much more complex manner, and is also excellent at understanding your own expressions. It is like carrying a regular conversation. However, any ambiguity or uncertainty is non-existent. You understand completely what the other person means. She will likely become a sap speaker. A sap speaker is an Argonian capable of communicating directly with the Hist. They spend most of their days meditating beneath the history, drinking the sap and eating their otherwise forbidden fruit. They are then able to enlighten their tribe with the knowledge and will of their history. They serve an incredibly important role within the tribe and priesthood. She isn't a sap speaker yet, and she may never be, but I feel certain she will be one. We communicate with each other every day. Our bond is very strong. Wealth beyond measure.
So, you fancy yourself a swordsman now, do you?
Just you and me against the world now.
I was just remembering the castle court between my mother and I. We'd tend to her garden back there. It was really nice, you know? It was cared for by an alchemical master and nurtured for hundreds of years. Which makes it all the more sad that the garden will never look the same.
Yes?
Alright, in which skills? Whoa, that's a big sword. Yeah! Ah! Grah! Okay, I think I'm done for the day. I guess that's it. Let's do this again some other time.
Buying and selling fine jewelry.
I presume you're bothering me for a good reason.
New around Riften?
Take my advice. Stay at the Bee and Barb. The bunkhouse isn't for you.
Of course not.
What
You
in the
expect me
name
to take
of
care of it by
oblivion do
myself?
you-
I don't know why I bother. Huh?
If Riften is the best Skyrim has to offer, I may as well turn back right now and just head for home.
I
Remain
don't
vigilant
have time
and don't
for
trust
idle
anyone.
chit-chat. What is it?
Looking to stay alive? You have to make a living. But why are you always so gloomy to your customers?
Can I interest you in some fine goods from Morrowind?
All over Skyrim selling these bits of junk, and I'm barely scraping by. I'm not out to win friends, and I could care less if you're happy about the purchase or not. I just need the coin.
Makes sense. But it wouldn't hurt to cheer up a bit. Might help you sell some more of that junk.
There are many people that don't like fish. I personally love fish. Some of my favorites include salmon, mackerel, and even anglerfish. Some types of anglerfish even taste like beef or lobster, which many are surprised to find out.
Gems, potions, exotic ingredients, I have them all.
Jewelry with legendary Argonian craftsmanship.
Worth of knowledge in moments.
Buy some armor and live to tell about it.
Genuine Balmer blood elixir.
Rare trinkets and the finest oddities from Morrowind. Have anything you wish to sell? I may be Dark Elf by birth, but I was raised Argonian. For reasons I'm still trying to discover, I ended up orphaned and taken in by a kindly Argonian family in Black Marsh. I hope one day to find out what happened to me, how I ended up like that. Just one. I know when I was found by my Argonian father, I was wrapped in a blanket bearing the symbol of House Telvanni. It was one of the great houses in Morrowind long ago. Whether that means I was one of them or not, I'm uncertain. If you come across anything in your travels that might provide me with the answers I'm looking for, I'd be grateful. Thank you. I learned that a matron who had served for House Telvanni had escaped Morrowind during the Accession War. Records showed her buying passage aboard a sailing vessel named the Pride of Telvos. That's where the trail ran cold. I spent years looking for what became of the ship, but I ended up empty-handed. Anything you can find would be of great help. Good luck.
Learn a library's worth of knowledge in moments, or grow back that missing limb with my genuine Balmer blood elixir.
Bearing the symbol of House Telvanni. Depending on Grand Shay's age, it is possible one of his parents were a member of the house during the Accession War. The fact that he ended up an orphan in
exotic
Blackmarsh,
ingredients, I have them all.
were he spared while his parents were killed? That seems like a likely course of events to me.
In terms of death cults, the Dark Brotherhood does have some sense of order and benevolent conviction.
Can I help you, Leech? That's that.
My genuine
Rare
Balmer
trinkets,
blood elixir.
finest
Only
oddities from
20
Morrowind.
septims each.
You have I'm questions? The brewmaster around here. What did you want? I'm quite busy. Need something, or can I get back to work? Maven Blackbriar wants me to keep the mead flowing, and that's what I aim to do, despite all these lazy good-for-nothings that work for us. Ever since I took over as a foreman, the production of our mead has never been more profitable. And if the meadery is profitable, I'll get rich. Get the picture? Lady Maven could buy or sell anyone in Skyrim. I wouldn't be surprised if she's the one pulling the strings around this city. She's always welcome in Mistveil Keep, and between you and me, I'm pretty sure she even has some pretty influential friends within the Empire. I'd also warn you not to cross her. She employs quite a few troubleshooters to take care of messy problems. Good. Now maybe I can get back to work.
Welcome. Allow me to recommend the Blackbriar Mead, the purest brew in all of Skyrim. We serve only the best here. Blackbriar Mead. What do you need? Lady Maven's been developing the secret recipe for Blackbriar Mead over the last several decades. She uses a very secret blend of spices, fresh honey from Golden Glow Estate, and specially constructed aging casks to ensure the best flavor. Even when you get to the last sip in your flagon, it'll taste just as good as the first. Damn it. Sorry. I'm not very good at this. Look, just don't say anything to Maven, will you? I've spent weeks trying to get that right, and if she sees how stupid I am, she'll get rid of me. Yeah, fired. Sure, that's what I meant. She's an absolute pleasure to work for. In fact, I almost feel guilty accepting pay from her. Why, just this last week, I was commenting to my fellow meadery workers just how lucky we are to be working for such a charitable family. Okay, look, if I'm caught saying anything bad about the meadery or the family, I'm a dead man. I'm the 4th person to work the tasting counter in the last year. The last 3 are at the bottom of Lake Honrink. Just take my advice, and just get out of Riften as soon as you can. Come back and see us again.
You sure you don't need me to take some of that weight? Doesn't look pleasant.
Yes?
Let's get going.
Welcome. Allow me to recommend the Blackbriar Mead, the purest brew in all of Skyrim.
Such a vast selection, predominantly of garbage.
Tidings. Yes? Take a look. Huh? How can I argue with that? Need something? Need something? Need something? You have questions?
People
Come
of
on in,
Riften,
just stoked the fire.
heed my
Take
words.
a seat and get the cold out.
The return of the dragons is not mere
Barkeep,
coincidence.
I'd like a drink.
This is one of the signs. The signs that Lady Mara is displeased with your constant inebriation. Put down your flagons filled with your vile liquids,
Your
and
allegiance
embrace
lies
the
with the
teachings of the
Empire.
handmaiden
We
of
haven't
Kai.
much to discuss.
No, we talked about this. Talon?
It would seem so.
Kirava, certainly we can come to some sort of an understanding.
It's all in this note.
These people must be made aware of the chaos they've sown.
Fancy yourself the adventuring type, eh? No need just as well. Them as an doubt your combat prowess could prove valuable in
Very well,
battle.
Talon.
This one's a favorite of mine.
What can I do
myself a legend we all know and love.
We're not kicking you out. Just keep the sermons at the temple and let us all sin in peace.
I tell you, the dragon born
Got the coin? You're welcome here. Otherwise, hit the road.
power of the ancient Nord art.
Hey,
Believe.
What can I get you? Want a drink? Wine?
maybe.
Never
I
done
don't
an
see your
honest
kind
day's
to
work in your life for all that
How have
coin you
things been
carry.
for you?
The only thing colder than
Yeah,
Skyrim
what do you
is-
want? If this is about the meadery,
Well, that's classic Tamrielic bigotry for you. As long as you don't anger any drunken
perhaps?
You should be fine. Them or the Thieves Guild. I'm sure
Never
you
done an honest day's work in your life for all that coin you carry, eh, lad?
Yes?
kind of feeling a little uneasy here. Everyone just seems so...
Welcome to the Bee and Barb, my lord.
Not
If I
in
can
a good way.
interest you in
My
One of our
skill in
special
battle is
drinks.
unmatched.
Let me know.
Fortunately for you, that skill can be bought.
Yes. Yeah. What's your problem? See you around. Is there something I can do for you?